Yo, today I've got a review of the new Pierre Bourne album, Good Movie. So I've heard a couple of Pierre's albums before this, and I've got to be honest, I really wasn't a fan. Whenever I listen to an artist though, I always hope for them to have improved and to be good, at least compared to their previous work. So I went into this with the same mindset. And I've gotta say, Pierre has improved. A lot of the previous issues I had with Pierre's albums were that he didn't really bring anything new to the table. All the stuff he did sounded pretty repetitive and it wasn't really unique. Stuff like that had existed before and was and still is pretty popular. And his projects were really repetitive without much variety or interesting ideas. There was no real cohesion there. It just kind of existed. It was a mix of songs that just didn't flow well together. But for the most part, Pierre on Good Movie has kind of fixed up those issues. This project has a certain feel and vibe to it. I can spot some dance elements in it, and honestly, I feel like we're at a transitional period out of hip-hop, but that's a discussion for another video. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'll probably make a whole video on that. The project is still considered rap though. I'll talk more about the rapping on it later, but now let's just focus on the general sound, okay? Let's get away from Pierre's rapping. It's not the best rapping that I've ever heard. Let's just put it at that. This project is pretty cohesive to my surprise, and it's not basic, and it's actually kind of unique. It was a bit weird to get into it, but I eventually got into the flow of it. Once you're able to tap into the sound, you'll enjoy it a lot more, I think. There are plenty of tracks that evolve as they go on, and in general, this project sounds like some thought has been put into it, and it's more refined, definitely, compared to his previous work. It doesn't feel like he's just slapped 20 songs together and said, okay, there we go, project is done, that's the album. No, it doesn't feel like he's done that. All of the songs here follow a similar sound theme, but feel different to each other. I really didn't expect to like this project as much as I do, but it genuinely sounds a lot better than the rest of his work. On a few songs, there are transitions, there's a couple of interludes to help those transitions, there are fine addition, although I feel like the album could have maybe done without them, but again, I don't mind them being there. If I could describe this project, I would say it's like you're watching a movie and each song is like a different scene, if that makes any sense. Which, I mean, given the name of the project, I think that may be what he was aiming for, and he pulls it off pretty well. I've got to give it to him. Like, I got that vibe strongly from here. On first listen, a lot of the tracks were impressive to me, but I didn't know if I'd find replay value in them. As I've listened to this project multiple times now, there's still a few songs I don't think really have replay value, but are still mostly okay. I would say Where You Going falls in the category, What I Need to Do falls in the category. Was that what the track was called? I think that was what it was called. You see, I don't really remember. Yeah, What I Gotta Do, Moving Too Fast was also another one of those tracks. I think they're okay tracks, I think they're fine. I like some ideas behind it, but replay value wise, it just doesn't really hit for me. I haven't found myself needing to come back to them. In general, a lot of the songs on here are catchy, like DJ in the Car and Hop in My Bed, which I will talk about later. I need to talk about those tracks, okay? They are bangers. The subject matter on here is, I mean, it's nothing really different than what you would expect from Pierre. He talks about fucking woman, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I think it fits, but that's one of the biggest buts I've ever done. But my biggest complaint with Pierre is that he is honestly, like genuinely, this is coming straight from the heart, lyrically speaking, one of the most incompetent and worst lyricists I have ever heard. Like, holy fucking shit. As much as I didn't find an issue with the subject matter here, some of the lyrics were, I mean, like a little bit rapey, I'm not gonna lie. They came off very wrong. For this bitch, now she crying in her bench. I'm pretty sure you said she cries after I fuck her or something along those lines. Bro, what are you talking about, man? What are you saying? And whenever he tries to make cool lyrics, something with wordplay, I feel like it comes off very weird, unnatural, forced, and it's just kind of eh. They're also pretty weird metaphors, aside from them being unnatural. So that's by far my biggest complaint on here. He needs to work on his lyrics and mostly on how he comes across, okay? Because he doesn't come across as an acceptable individual. For the runtime, I do feel like the project is slightly too long. Cutting off a couple of tracks would have definitely been better for it, but I don't think it's a huge issue. I've listened to it multiple times now from front to back, and I don't get too bored while listening to it from front to back. And I might add, it's pretty good for background music. It's pretty chill, it's bouncy. That's also an aspect of it that I like. Like, bro, I was playing chess and I was vibing out to this thing, okay? It's pretty good for background music. I hope Pierre continues to go down this path, making more projects like this, projects that feel a bit more cohesive compared to his previous ones. Good Movie feels smooth to listen to, if I could describe it like that. It's an easy listen, it's good background music, the songs flow into each other well, so I feel like it's sequenced pretty well, and if you do sit down to pay attention to it a bit more and look into the production, I think you'd still find plenty of things of value. Before we get into my favorite tracks though, make sure you like and subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. For my favorite tracks, I need to start off with Hop in my bed, okay? I need to have a talk with you about this track. Honestly, really took me by surprise. One of the best songs this year. Yes, it sounds grand, there's build up to it, the chorus is really solid and catchy. Like, the song has been stuck in my head since this project came out. I stank-faced to it the first time I heard it, and I still stank-faced to it, even though I've heard it like 25 times now. Pierre does well on it, I like his vocals, and he complements an amazing beat very well. Shorty Diary is an interesting one as well, very cool beat on that song. She don't want no gin. Superstar is pretty calm, has a really catchy chorus that sounds smooth. DJ in the Car is also amazing. It's one of the most dance-feeling tracks on this project with a catchy chorus as well, which seems to be a common thing here with my favorite tracks. I've realized they all have really good choruses. But yeah, DJ in the Car is just in general a song with a great groove. Good Movie has interesting beats, catchy choruses, and presents some cool ideas sonically. Even though his lyrics are still awful, Pierre showcases a lot of improvement on here. I'm gonna give this project a solid 7 out of 10. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. If you liked the album, tell me why. If you didn't, also tell me why. I'm looking to hear you guys' opinions. I did a ranking of all the songs of this project. Check that out if you want to. Please make sure you like and subscribe. That would mean so much to me, as it would help push my video and my channel into the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.